That's very sympathetic of you.
And start. I'm sorry your stomach hurts. That's no bueno. Hey everybody, we're just getting things going. We're going to wait for people to tune in, be part of the discussion and the show. We hope everybody's Monday has been going well. Ours has been quite busy.
Yep.
Hadn't it, Shannon?
Yep.
Shannon's a little worn out. She's out in the shop doing her thing.
All by myself.
She definitely was all by herself while I was in here handling the artwork side of things and picking up what admin thinks she couldn't pick up. Which is totally cool. Sometimes we got to do that.
It's called tag teaming.
It is.
But it still kind of sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot to do still.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to come in because I felt sick because it was so hot out there. And I figured I'll just pick it up tonight after we eat.
Yesterday was a lot nicer than it was today.
Was it?
That's for sure.
I don't know. I don't think I went outside yesterday.
Yeah, it got up to, I think, 85 today. It was about 95-ish.
You
I don't
said
know.
97
I didn't
when
look.
I came in and collapsed.
I didn't look at the, well, when I ran that errand to go to the bank and whatnot, it was showing 85.
You sure this
on the
thing's
car.
live? Like, no one has, popped up yet.
It is live. It says
Oi,
right here.
people!
Yeah, it's live.
Okay.
It is live. The streaming health is, it's hanging in there. It's not the best at this moment, but make it work. We will make it
Thanks,
work.
Charles.
Hey Charles, what's going on? Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Which video are you talking about? I think you were talking about the I was designing something. I think it was the veterans ride is what it was. But I'm glad you enjoyed the video. It's funny because a lot of people have been enjoying those really long videos, the ones that I just thought nobody would really enjoy. Hey, what's up, Rye Beats? Hola, yo. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I plan on posting some more of those because it's fairly easy for me to do some of these tutorials while I'm actually getting some work done rather than it taking away from work. I try to get a lot of these tutorials taken care of during a print job. Sometimes it slows the process down, but we try and record it and put it up on YouTube for everybody to kind of learn from. Hey, what's up, Artisan? What's going on? Hope everybody's been having a good Monday so far. Ours has been busy. Shannon crashed on the couch there for a second. I had to wake her up. I didn't want the energy to be too low. And she's got a bandana on her head, and she looks like Jack Sparrow.
He wears more eyeliner than me.
Yeah. We're doing great. Thanks, Artisan. Just been a busy day. And we have a lot on our plates this week before we head out to the ISS show in Fort Worth. So we got a lot of orders to print, a lot of artwork to take care of, a lot of screen prep to do. Need to get Panda in here a day or two this week and have him do some screens. Yeah, he's in trouble a little bit. Nah, so well, I'm gonna kick this over real quick. Now we got some people here hanging out. We're gonna switch on over so you guys can see me, and then we'll talk about a few things and see if you guys have any questions.
Well, there already is one.
Got some questions rolling in already.
Well, I'll wait.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to our Shop Talk live show, and we're going to discuss a few things and then answer some questions and just kind of hang out, really. Talk about screen printing and anything else involved with it. So I see we have a few questions, or a question. Shannon, what is that question?
Well, Artisan wants to know if we're doing the media thing at the ISS show.
The media thing. Yeah, we are doing the media thing. Actually had to get a media pass in order to be able to record while we're there, because I plan on vlogging the whole trip. Most of it, as much as I can stand holding a camera. Sometimes I do like to be able to enjoy the experience rather than being behind a camera. So I'm going to try and record as much as I can. There's a few other things that I'm going to record equipment wise, and then some of the things I'm interested in. Also, T-shirt chick, if you guys are familiar with her, I'm sure most of you are. She will be up there, and I asked if she wanted to meet up, and there's a handful of YouTube subscribers that want to meet up as well. So I'm going to say hello to them as soon as we run into them. I'm not going to put them on camera. If they want to be on camera and kind of share their information, you know, maybe their Instagram, Facebook page, their business page, name of their company, excuse me, things like that. Then yeah, I'd be happy to share their information. So
Rybeats got denied his media pass.
excuse me. You did? What happened, Rybeats? Why was yours denied? Excuse me, I probably should have switched that over. But why was the media pass denied? That sucks. I was thinking, I'm like, man, I'm not sure if I'm going to get mine, but they got mine to me at the last moment. I didn't even know you needed a media pass until I think I was watching one of T-shirt Chick's videos, and it was who's going to be at the ISS show in Fort Worth, and she mentioned that she's waiting on her media pass. I was like, what? Media pass?
I thought I told you about that because you went, what?
Yeah, I was in the dark as far as that goes, because I didn't know you needed a media pass. I figured you could just show up to the event and record to your heart's content and just go along about your day. But yeah, got a media pass. Did Rybeats mention why he didn't get his media pass?
No.
Well, that's not cool. Well, hopefully one of these days we'll be able to make it out to the Long Beach ISS show. We'd have to fly out there, but that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
Yeah.
I think it would be. We could probably stay
I
at...
have a terrible fear of flying, but...
You and me both. I don't like flying.
You don't cry on the plane.
Oh, no. Okay, we're not we're driving. Screw that. I'm not flying with a crybaby. I'm sorry, you're not a crybaby.
You're so not funny. It's a legitimate fear. It's in the air, okay?
You know, I think what we could do is we could just...
They have a point that says no return. There's a line on the runway that says no return. Point of no return.
Well, I mean...
So basically you have to get to that point, and if you pass it, you're screwed.
So have you ever stayed...
And then there's geese that could, like, fly into the engines.
Have you ever stayed at that point, though? Like, sat there and considered not getting on the plane?
No, by the time I developed my fear of flying, I was old enough to drink, so I was just legitimately trashed every single time I was on a plane.
I've always had that fear of flying, although...
My family really made fun of me for that.
To feel comfortable, I have to sit by the wings of the plane, because I like to see what's going on and making sure. I think the reason is I saw when I was a kid, saw Twilight Zone, the one with, I forget the actor's name, but it's got the
The
alien
guy
on the
from Third Rock from
wings.
the Sun, or was that
Yeah,
William Shatner? Which one was
yeah.
it? It
No,
was
the
one of
guy
the two.
from Third Rock from the Sun. I remember seeing that and be like, oh man. So TV movies and all that stuff can definitely rot your brain and put fears in you that necessarily don't even need to be there.
I don't know. Like there was
'Cause
no TV
that's
shows
silly.
or anything like that. It was just it slowly developed over time, and I actually really like flying on airplanes. It's just the takeoff and landing. I start to cry,
I think it's
and my mom was
great.
so mad at me. She sat next to me in that seat that I had bought alongside of mine, so that I could sit by myself and have like a wine and Cheeto party, and I started to cry because we're taking off. And she just looks at me and goes, "Oh, Shannon, stop it!" And I'm like, "That
I
is like
think it's
not sympathetic."
I think it's an awesome thing. You're flying through the air in a seat, and it's this kind of modern marvel that you're taking an Airbus, basically. I don't know.
It's a
Every
bus.
time. So one of the things I didn't really consider when we moved into the shop, because we're just excited checking out the space. I've got a video that's scheduled to post, I believe, tomorrow, and an airplane is just passing by, and you guys have probably noticed that there's been more background noise, and that's because one, the airplane's the AC unit outside, and it's a tin building, so these airplanes will fly by, and there's been times when I've just stopped doing a tutorial that I'm recording because I'm like, damn it, the airplane, these sometimes they fly pretty low.
Yeah, they've been like
They
kind of close, and like, I'm like looking at it going, "Please don't crash! Please don't crash! Please don't crash!" I'm scared of airplanes. I
but
really am.
yeah, it's it is what it is. We enjoy our space that we have here, and we didn't really think about it. It never really crossed our mind when we got to space and airplanes were flying over. And I was like, oh crap, you know what? It's going to be a pain in the butt with all these planes flying over, but it's been working out fine.
Right now we're near the other one, but whatever.
Yeah, we're not by Hobby. We're over by Intercontinental, JFK, off of Beltway 8. We're literally an exit down, and so there's a lot of planes that fly over, and it's
But they
cool,
have
but
a 24-hour subway.
it's annoying. It's annoying sometimes. It's like, God, damn planes. But anyhow.
Anyway, screen printing. So,
Okay, do we have any more questions?
not at the moment.
Okay, so today what we're going to talk about is essentially how to grow your screen printing business. If you're working at home, how to grow your screen printing business and how to get out of the garage. We were in the garage. Well, me personally, Shannon joined the team down the road, but I started it in the business in 2013 by accident, really, because it's kind of accident, but created a t-shirt design, and I was like, I'm gonna sell this. I was looking for a way to make some side money because I'd always had my full-time job, and then I had that job for 14 years. I played in bands 4 to 6 times a month. That was some extra income, and then I did freelance work as well, whether I could squeeze it in at work while I was on the clock, or if I had to bring the work home. So when I started my business, I really I made a wooden press and just collected money down, like took pre-orders, people sent their money, took that money, made a wooden press, bought shirts, learned the process of screen printing shirts, watching videos such as Jonathan from over at Catspit, Ryanet, and all that. And So started out doing that. I failed miserably because all my prints were washing out. I was using speedball ink and all that. However, after that first project, and I didn't make any money, I'm pretty sure I ended up spending money. But I had this cheesy little press that I made out of wood, cost me about 25 bucks. And at that point, someone came to me, a good friend, just said, "Hey, my company does t-shirts. Would you print them? Would you be interested in printing them?" I'm like, sure, yeah, I'll print them. And it was 300 shirts right off the bat. And to me, doing 25 shirts with the hairdryer was a pain in the butt. It took a long time, so I couldn't fathom doing that. Got the money down for those shirts, and this is before I actually learned about TSC or Sanmar, SNS. TSC these days, we're not quite that happy with them. Let's just say that. However, so I think I ordered the shirts from blankshirts.com or Jiffy Shirts, and they were just that much more expensive. So bought a couple screens with that down payment and bought a flash dryer. Took that, did the order, felt pretty happy about it. The press kind of wiggled a little bit. Some of the prints were off. And so that established, I was like, man, that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to take my website. I'm going to develop it because my website had been for freelance graphic design work. I just, when I had some free time at work or on the side, I took my website, completely redid it, search engine optimized it with Yoast, with WordPress. I used to manually do all this stuff, but I didn't have to have as much information for a graphic design website. So developed my website, and it took a few months for it to really kick in. Did my Google business listing, changed my Facebook page over to from a graphic design to, and you can even go back to 2013. It's hard to go back that far, but you can see some of the graphic design illustration examples I had up. And I just kind of put the word out, talked to family, friends, coworkers. It was like, hey, I'm screen printing t-shirts. If you need anything, let me know. I'll get you a good price. I charged a really cheap price to begin with. And so that kind of got the ball rolling. At that point, really what I did, every single time a job came in, I would take all of the profit and I would spend that on something to make the process faster. Like the first thing was a flash. I could only do a one color print. I had a buddy that has a custom motorcycle shop. So he wanted hoodies with a 2-color print. And what I actually did to complete that job was I would put a shirt on the press, the wooden press that I had. I would flash print one color. I would take the screen off and then take my other screen. I set that on top of the print, and I kind of made some marks on the screen with tape and all that. I tried to kind of get a little bit of a pre-registration, kind of almost my own kind of homemade tri-lock thing where I could lock it in as quick as I can. That took a while too. Eventually took that money. I was like, okay, this is starting to get pretty serious. People are calling, they're wanting shirts that have 4 colors. And so I would quote them. And if the job would come in, I'm like, okay, I'm sitting on this money instead of just doing the 1-color jobs. And, you know, I made a little bit of extra income. I took that, set it aside, held on to it with the occasional dinner here and there. The occasional, I'm going to treat myself for working hard thing. And then took the profits. And then the next big purchase was the used Ranar press that I got, the 6-color 6-station. That really kickstarted things off to the whole new level, because at that point I could take on bigger jobs. I could do them faster. I could do better quality job. And however, I was using the flash to um, cure the shirts. So I'd take the shirts off the pallet, cure them that way. And eventually I was running some Facebook ads. I never really got good results out of that. I always found I ended up spending more money than I was actually making. However, it took one big job to actually make enough money towards where I was like, okay, I'm going to take this and buy one of those little Scamp Ranard dryers. And I did that. I took the money, bought a one of those Scamp dryers, and then that speeded things up that much quicker. Some of the other things I bought in between the whole process was a washout boot, because I was doing things in the driveway. I'm like, this is ridiculous. The driveway is looking nasty. Got a washout boot. I was still using a $25 lamp as an exposure unit. I held on to that for a while until the dryer and everything started making things faster. Then upgraded my exposure unit. And so I just kind of stepped it. Every single time I would take some of the profit and then just reinvest it. And to this day, Shannon was actually part of it. There was a little point in my life where I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do this. I got a full-time job for a few months because I had been doing it full-time. And then there were some big life changes that affected my motivation. So I went and got a job. And then I met Shannon, and Shannon came into my life. And Shannon, she can also share the experience because she has been part of it from the garage. And even when she came in the garage, it was very disorganized. And I actually have a little bit of a video where I was kind of bitching about it. And Shannon, if you want to talk about how we kind of went from that point to where we're at now, wow. Some of the things that we did do, some of the struggles that we went through to get to the point where we're at.
Well, okay. Well, first off, it was your birthday.
Tell him about
it. You woke me up to say goodbye because you were going to work. And I went back to sleep because I was still looking for a job, and I was actually about to take a job with a luxury car rental service, like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, stuff like that.
Yeah, she was.
Or I was going to go with a marketing job that incidentally had my old CEO as their recruiter. So I knew I had an in those. So I was like in the middle of just like, trying to pick what I wanted to do. So I went back to sleep, and all of a sudden I'm shaking awake, and Matt's like looking over me going, hey, I quit my job. And I'm just like